there, but...
And now you can see the Friday Shot Day show in all its video glory on our YouTube page at roughedge.tv.
Rough Edge FM at roughedgefm.com.
It's tiki time at Harbor Cove Cafe. Dive into the tropical paradise at the end of Spinnaker Drive in Ventura with vibrant drinks, delicious bites, award-winning fish and chips, and more. Now featuring extended hours and great happy hour specials. Harbor Cove Cafe, the hidden treasure at the end of Spinnaker Drive. Visit harborcovecafe.net for more information.
Turn it up, get ready for the road. Friday Shot Day show, knocking on your door. Grab your glass, pour that liquid fire. We're gonna drink till we can't get no higher. Friday Shot Day show, gonna make you scream. Raise your glass high, live that wild dream. Feel the burn, let it take control. Pour another round, lose your soul.
Friday Shot Day show.
That's a good song. It's the Friday Shot Day show. Long at last. We've been off the air for a few weeks because we've been all doing stuff. And we had this building tented. And see any termites?
Nope.
No termites. So we got IMR Scott Bolton.
Dead termites when they tent or no?
No, but you do see an influx of ants. I meant to tell you guys that.
I have seen ants in the bathroom.
Yes. They, you know what they do? They come in and they eat the dead termites.
Do they really?
Yes.
Ah.
So anyway, IMR Scott
Bug's
Bolton.
life is true.
What?
Bug's life is true.
Based on a true story. Mr. 00ABV, this is Julie.
Miss Fireball Julie.
And from Costa Rica, we have Dougie.
Mr. Maker's Mark, what's up?
What are you eating, Doug?
Cocanas. Whoops, they fell down. Coconut cookies.
I love those. They have so many good snacks in Costa Rica. It's ridiculous.
They do.
So Julie went to the axe throwing place last night, and I'll tell you Doug and I story on Wednesday. Doug and I have a story about the axe throwing place too. But you guys went to the one in Oxnard.
I did. And I had, at first I was thinking, oh man, I'm not a sports person. I can't throw darts to save my life. And so I thought, oh, but it was fun to just go and just be silly. And then all of a sudden I got the hang of it and I was rocking it. I was ruling it. My score was 24 and the next closest score was 16.
Yeah. Julie killed it. Awesome. No, when Doug and I went, they didn't have scoreboards. You just they had paper we had to fill out when you did certain things, but they have an electronic
scoreboards now. Yeah.
There, yeah. The thing I've always liked about axe throwing is you go to a place, they hand you a big sharp axe, and then ask you what you want to drink.
Yep. And I had a Mexican chili lager, and
those are good.
It wasn't like sometimes you think of a lager as being a little on the heavy side. This was not heavy at all, and the hint of the chili was just enough to make it interesting, but not enough to be, oh, I can't drink this.
Yeah.
So it was actually a really nice, refreshing drink.
Cool.
And I enjoyed it. It was something Hatch or something like that. I don't remember.
Oh, I know it. I know exactly. I've seen it in stores.
But it was also draft, which always makes beer better.
Yes.
I mean, any beer that's on tap is
usually where you go.
Usually a better taste. But it was fun. I mean, we had a ton of fun. And May and I both did pretty good. May was really kind of embarrassed at first. And I
Women warriors here.
I said, don't worry about it. Jared was the least successful. He started to get it, but he was the least successful because he flicks his wrist too much. And that just sent the head down every time he flicked the wrist at the end. And you can't. It has to be full force. Just boom.
Just full force release.
Yeah.
And by the way, I've never had that. I've never reached that point where I can just throw it. Doug did really well the first time that we did it. We did it in Las Vegas. And it's funny because we were trying to find something to do that day, and we saw the axe place. Let's go throw axes. So we went in there, and they said, "Does everybody have closed-toed shoes?" And I'm wearing my Tevas, of course. I always wear my Tevas, right? So I'm like, "No," and they go, "Then you have to sign this form." So they gave me a form to sign, a waiver.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, "Do I really need a waiver? That axe is like 10. That the target's like 10 feet away. Why do I need?" I signed it. The very first throw I made, the axe bounced off the board, hit the ground, and slid over and hit my Teva. You remember that, Doug?
Yeah, the very first one almost took off your toes.
Almost took off. I go, that's why you have to sign a waiver for it. But we had a good time there. Doug kicked my ass on the axes. But we also got to throw spears and the
all kinds of shit.
Throwing
playing
stars.
cards, stainless steel playing cards that were sharpened on the edges.
Yeah.
All kinds
Jim
of
can
stuff.
do that with a playing card.
Jared can get his playing card stuck into the wall. He can throw it hard enough that he can get it stuck. Jared's got a. That's
Oh,
why
yeah,
he
I've seen
didn't
him
do
throw
well with the axe, because he wants to flick it, and with a playing card you have to flick your
Right.
wrist. And he just kept trying to flick it, and it was not working. But he did do better when he did two-handed. One hand just isn't quite the same.
So I don't understand.
When you do
Oh, with the
two-handed, which
axe.
is
I
what
was thinking of the
doing.
card.
Yeah, no, with the axe, if
Yes.
you go like that and you do two hands, it has a lot more power behind it. It's a lot harder to do it with one hand. I mean, I wouldn't have even tried, because I know I wouldn't have been able to heave that axe over. But it was surprisingly fun. I didn't even think that would be and May and Jared love to do all sorts of crazy things. So they're just like,
And that was their first time too?
yeah.
Oh.
And they were just like, yeah, let's go do this. And they were having a lot of fun too. We were all laughing. And then they were picking on me because we went to go and play tic-tac-toe. And Jim and I were a team and they were a team. And every time they hit it and blocked us, I was like, yay! And they're going, why are you saying that? Because I'm having fun. I'm getting caught up in everybody doing well.
And that's what Doug did. He finally, pretty early into the session, Doug had that arch down, and you were nailing it like every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was really good at the throwing stars. I just hadn't, because like you said, the bending of the wrist and the flick, I could throw the stars really good.
The spears were not easy.
Spears were not easy at all.
Because they were heavy, and you'd throw them, and by the time you got to where you were throwing it, it would just hit it flat.
Yeah, go. And but the spears were very heavy, and they were dangerous too. Those spears were really long. How long would you say those were, Doug? 5 feet, 6 foot?
5. They were probably 5 or 6 foot. Yeah, they were big
huge.
spears. Like,
So it's a lot to
yeah. And then the blade was just a flat blade. Just a flat metal blade. It was nothing special about it. It wasn't sharp or anything like that, obviously, but it was a weird experience.
Yeah.
So anyway, everybody here recommends axe throwing.
Yes, believe it or not, it's very cathartic,
It is.
because if you have any type of aggression inside that you feel like you want to let go, if there's something to throw that axe and have it stick good and hard into the wall, it's like, yeah. You just
It's
have
true.
that
It's
feeling.
primal.
It felt good. And then I went to what is it? Copper Blues.
Yeah,
And I watched a little bit of a drag show.
that's fun.
And we stayed outside, but it was,
They have that whole opening there.
yeah, so you can easily see it. May's friends were inside, and so we just kind of watched a little bit of a drag show, and so it was a fun night. It
It's
was
too bad that place is going to close.
really.
Yeah, Copper Blues and the Comedy Store both
They are
shutting down.
they're always full. They've always got something big going on.
I know. I don't know. There's something going on there though. But I don't know whether they couldn't get their lease or they couldn't afford it. But the comics are all disappointed because a lot of comics went through there. Josh saw Adam Sandler play there, and
It's crazy because it's a really cool kind of setup. And every time we go down there, there's always something going. And it's always hopping.
it's gonna go away. It's closing, I think, next month. As a matter of fact.
October 17th. It closes.
October
after
17th?
after being there for 10 years. And
Does
it's
it
gonna
say why?
affect 69 employees, and it follows the decision not to renew the expiring lease.
So it's probably
They probably wanted too much money.
Can you imagine how much that lease is?
Well,
Oh, yeah,
it
it's
could be
not
because
cheap.
it's at the collection, but
Yeah.
hopefully they open up somewhere else.
I hope so, because the thing is, that building was obviously specifically built out for the kind of club that it is, because they have the restaurant and they've got a nice little club inside with nice seats and a stage and all. What else are you going to do with that?
Yeah. I mean, we saw a band there a little while ago because we ended up having dinner there. And it was a nice cover band, but it was fun. And it's a great setup. You have the opening so you don't feel confined.
Yeah.
And you have that outside area. So if you want to just listen to music, we were dancing outside because it was just fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've had brunch here a couple of times and brunch was great. Doug, are you there?
Yes, I'm trying to adjust my camera. I think it's good now.
That is better. Remember the Bloody Mary bar there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They had a great Bloody Mary bar. They would bring you a glass of vodka, and then you'd go make your Bloody Mary yourself. They had the tomato juice, the bacon, the celery, everything you want, the spices. It was great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna miss that place, and it's kind of my fault that they're closing because I haven't been there in God knows how long.
The funny thing about the drag show, and May and I were both laughing really hard about it, is they have the drag show going on, and it's really over. I mean, drag is over the top no matter how you look at it.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
These people were they were certainly entertainers, and it was kind of like a high upscale drag. They were one of the guys that came out had been on RuPaul, drag, whatever that thing is. Runway.
Yeah.
And so these were people that put 110% into their show. But on all the TVs was SpongeBob.
Perfect.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Me, like awkward, but we kind of like it.
That's the thing about SpongeBob, I think, is that it appeals to everybody. Literally, children, adults, the drag shows, everybody. So
it was interesting. So I've done some interesting things recently. Things that I normally don't do. I did the wine and cheese dinner at Ken Wiseman's house.
Oh yeah,
he had invited me. There was over 20 different cheeses that they bought.
Cheeses,
yes, and they had them in little pieces cut up
so you could try as many as you wanted.
Yeah. They had a whiskey one that was really good. They had a Merlot one that was really good.
Did you hear that, Doug? Whiskey cheese.
Whiskey cheese.
And
whiskey
they had
cheese.
a Chardonnay one that was really good. And then they had all these other ones, and it was really, really good. And then they had two different salad, like a pasta salad and then a caprese salad for the dinner part. But we tried, we probably tried about 10 different wines. Chardonnays and reds.
What was your favorite?
A lot of them I wasn't really that big on. The champagne in the beginning was good, and then there was a red towards the end that I really liked. I can't remember the name of it though, but most of the other stuff in between I'd take like a sip and then it was like, okay, yeah,
enough of that.
It wasn't my style. They were either too sweet or I just didn't leave a good taste on the palate for me.
Yeah.
And wine is subjective.
Well, that's why you have wine tastings.
Yeah.
Exactly why you have wine tastings.
But it was a lot of fun. And then the Thursday night, I went out there. Oh no, it was Saturday night. I went out there to do the golf carting for the wedding because Jim couldn't. So I was riding people up and down to the wedding in the golf cart. So I did that for about an hour, and then I was done. And so then I went over to the inn, and I was going to go home. And then I decided to stop in at the inn because they were doing a wine tasting there. And I ended up having dinner. And because I did the golf carting, dinner was on them. So I had a nice shrimp dinner that was really good. And then Ken was like, oh, why don't you come over to Corazon? And I thought, all right, because Jim's going to come up here. So I'll just go and hang out until he comes up. And I was just hanging out in the bar with some people and the waitresses, and we were just chatting up a storm and all night. And then before you know it, I'm like, holy cow, I've never done anything like this. And I had a really good time. So I'm
Good.
kind of putting myself out there doing some different things. I'm doing a wine tasting this Saturday coming up. Not this one, but the following on the 8th. They asked me if I would run the wine tasting table
Oh, very nice. That'd be fun.
because their sommelier is going to
Don't oversample your wares.
Here's
No.
what you do: one for the customer, one for you.
That's the way it's
One
supposed to
for the
work.
customer, one for you.
Yes.
So it'll be neat. It'll be
That's
different.
really
And
cool.
I get to work at the mansion again with Jim. So I'm, kind of liking that. I'm kind of thinking I want to transition and start
Start doing
trying to
stuff.
figure out how to maybe find a way to get a job doing stuff with
Oh,
him.
really? Well,
Because-
you should be able to, I would think,
Yeah.
if there's something that
They've been really
wanna do.
pleased with Jim and all the
course.
stuff he's been doing because he's really done an amazing job up there. And yeah,
That's why I wanted to say I feel bad for him because I drug him in. Kevin got a new place for the Real Anglers show, and we're finally going to be able to use his equipment. He went from a 5 megabyte web connection to 1,000 megabyte connection.
nice.
So now we got everything we need, but we need to put everything back together.
Mhm.
So I did what I could, and God knows if it's right or not. I mean, I did enough that we could do a podcast from there if we just use the laptop. But we have all the cameras and all the microphones and stuff, and Kevin wants to use as many as possible. So I begged Jim to come out and fix that for us because I'm lost already.
Yeah.
So he's gonna come out and fix it. But
Yeah,
I feel
and
bad
he
because
will.
he's here full time. He's probably full time at his other job, and then I'm dragging him place to place. So
But he's really liking the new job.
good.
He feels really good. They super appreciate him. The first month and a half of working for them, he made him $250,000.
That's I would like him too.
So yeah, he's not doing a bad
Yeah,
job.
uh-huh.
And he's really they said they really like that he's taking ownership, that he's investing in it, and they're really pleased.
Good.
Really, really, really pleased.
I knew going in that he was perfect for that. When the decision had been made, I knew that he was perfect for that, and I'm not surprised at all that they love him. Unfortunately, he's probably stuck there forever now.
Yeah, well, that isn't necessarily such a bad thing.
No, it's
with
not.
some of the stuff they've been talking about. It might be something really good for us, and as
Yeah.
the future comes along.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah.
We'll keep that.
And they have
Under our
this
hats.
beautiful yacht that we're supposed to be able to go out on pretty soon.
Now, where do you go on that? Is that an ocean yacht, or you take it up to the?
An ocean.
No, it's in the desert.
Well, no, there's Lake Piru up there
That's
too.
stupid.
Yeah, no,
I
this
take a
is,
yacht on Lake Piru. What else?
Why not
How are you going to get a yacht to Lake Piru?
drive it?
It's not even possible to get a yacht there. I mean, unless it's a
How
little
do you get
baby
a
yacht.
from Piru to the ocean?
They build them at the ocean. The yachts are built near the ocean.
Yeah, I realize that now.
It's like
I
a
think they
cruise
have
ship. You don't take
stories on the Harbor Village, because they were out on it the other day, and we were at Harbor Village with Jake and Jen and Jared and May and stuff, and all of a sudden they showed up, and they were like, "Oh, they let anybody here, don't they?" They go out to the islands in their yacht, so it's a nice
You
yacht.
got to do that for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad to hear all that. So,
Lake Piru.
I was in Reno, and I was able to stop by Pelu.
Did you
And
meet a
so-
man in Reno?
What?
Did you talk to anybody in Reno?
Well, the reason I went there is I just wanted to shoot a man to watch him die.
Oh,
Johnny Cash reference. I wasn't being real there, but we went up to Reno
shot a
to
man in Reno.
the Row, which is the row of hotels and casinos there. I got a story about that too, and also to Pele.
it's a lovely place.
Our real goal. But I took some pictures while I was there. Shocker made me his version. I'll get to that. Let me hold that off for now. So anyway, let me share you some pictures. You've seen pictures like this before of the back bar. I absolutely love that back bar.
Mm.
Look at all the mugs stacked there on the lower right, and all the bottles in the left.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool. Then we have this, which is the stage. Straight ahead of you, Elvis is standing there. There's that picture from the Uni room there as well.
Yep, the lady.
We were going to stay until Lee Jones played, but we were worried about Mom's house burning down, so we left a little early. This is another angle of the back bar. Just beautiful.
Well, you couldn't have stopped it from burning down. So
I know, and we all realize that, but you want to be close where you have to do something, you got to do it. And I even asked Mom, I said, what do we need to pack up before we leave here?
The Bishop
The
House?
Bishop House.
Okay.
Because there was a fire about 10 miles south and it was burning.
fire.
And by the way, the congratulations to the Inyo Fire Department and those who were assisting them because they got it stopped pretty good before it hit any buildings, I think. But we were scared about that. And I asked Mom, I said, what do we need to pack up to take with us if this? She goes, nothing. She goes, everything here, I've got it covered. There's nothing we need to take. And I said, oh, okay. And she goes, well, maybe the pictures of Doug and Josh's ass.
Oh yeah, you need those.
I was going to say,
is that true?
You have some personal pictures there that you might want to keep?
That's what
Was
she
that
said.
true, Scott?
That is true story. She wanted to keep
Wow.
a picture of your ass and Josh's ass.
That's
So
hilarious.
they both have their naked asses up on the wall there. I don't because I don't have an ass. So, but yeah. So anyway, that's what she said. Drink wise, of course, there was the Mai Tai, perhaps
Mai
the best
Tai.
Mai Tai in the business. It's just outstanding. That was Shelley's and Mom both started with one of those. Then there's my second non-alcoholic drink. It was a mojito, and it was quite tasty, very sweet. This is the drink I was telling you about, though. This is Shocker's Lava Flow. Now you can get
The Lava
this.
Flow is fantastic.
Yes, you can get it in either alcohol infused or alcohol defused versions. What's good about it, and
that's a crazy good drink too.
And it's surprising because it's like your typical Lava Flow, which is part pina colada and part strawberry margarita, daiquiri, probably, right, Doug?
Yeah. So strawberry puree.
Right. That's what he uses is strawberry puree to make that. But he adds habanero.
Oh yeah.
And just
So
a touch, but enough that you feel it. And that you wouldn't think habanero in a tiki drink, but it works perfectly. It is so perfectly balanced. I think I will always order that drink when I go there. It was just outstanding.
Good. Yeah.
There it is again, folks. And look, it's beautiful too.
It is. That picture is a little blurry.
We'll talk about that off air. So anyway, then in the hallway that leads to the bathroom, I had to take both women on a tour of the bathrooms because they had to see the decor back there.
You saw our picture.
I still love the fact that in the men's restroom, one stall is labeled with the Jaws 1 poster. The other one's the Jaws 2 poster. That's fun. And then Doug is right. If you look closely at this wall, who's that there at the top center?
The most
That's right.
people.
That's us.
Friday Shot Day show.
Yep. Friday Shot Day show on the
Now
wall.
there you got Skipper Scott and Josh Shocker down in the bottom right.
Yep.
Or bottom left, depending on how you're looking at it.
Concocting some kind of bizarre thing. But anyway, it was very cool to go there again and see all that stuff. And there was some new stuff that I hadn't seen before, gifts that people bring them. They come in there, they have such a great time there that they come back and they bring them, like there was a painting of Pele. That's the goddess, right? Pele's the goddess. Painting of Pele next to a volcano that was encased in glass. It was beautiful. Lady just brought it and said, if you find somebody else brought in a real tiled I don't know what you call it, just a board, I guess, from 1916. And Shocker said, yeah, I got to have this. In fact, I think I got a picture of it. Maybe we can find it here. Hold on.
I want to see that.
There it is.
That picture.
Okay.
Where?
So you see where Elvis is at?
Uh-huh.
Directly behind him is that you see the decor on the stage.
Uh-huh.
I wish I could zoom in. I can't. That green tiling there.
Yeah.
That's and the border there. That's the board. That's the 1916 tiled board. And Shocker says
it looks like it matches the bar.
It pretty closely does. And I wonder if they did that afterwards to make it fit more. But Shocker goes, yeah, I got to have that. How much do you want for it? The guy goes, a couple of Mai Tais.
Nice.
Wow.
So yeah, so that was a good gift, and it was good to see these guys too. So there we all getting ready to leave, and there's Shocker and there's Rosie, and they're just both such great people. And already miss them as we walked out the door. I thought, I'm not going to see these guys for a while, but we'll see them again soon. So
I'll see them in November.
that's right. You'll see them before I do. You lucky some.
Yeah. And I'll be there for almost a month. So I'll get to see them multiple times.
Oh, you're so lucky. How many of those lava flows are you going to drink?
Let's see. I'll be there for 24 days times 48.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
Okay, maybe not that many.
Oh, I was going to tell you also about the row because we had an experience you don't usually have. And I can, even though we were told by this bartender, it happens about once a year, but who knows how if that's real or not. We were sitting in a restaurant called Chin Chin.
Ching ching.
It was a bar actually. And I was drinking a zero beer and Shelley was drinking a martini. And we were talking to the bartender who was super nice. She was good people. And suddenly the power went off in the entire building, shut down the entire building. And for a couple of seconds, you were there in pitch, utter blackness. And then the emergency battery lights came on and they gave you quite a bit of light, but so you could get around. But you know what they didn't do? They didn't turn those machines back on. So Mom had just called me. Well, and she called me right after that happened. And she said, thank God I just cashed my ticket because she won a pretty good jackpot. And she had just cashed her ticket and hadn't put anything else new in the machine because the only way you'd get your money back on those machines is if you sat there and waited until security came around, opened your computer, opened your slot machine, and verified that you had money in there. And so we hadn't had dinner yet. So we got Mom, who had another experience there, but we won't talk about that. And we thought, finally, all the lights came back on about 20 minutes after the emergency lights came on. And we were starving. We hadn't eaten anything. Every restaurant in a row had shut down because it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Why reopen? You got to restart everything, right? They all shut down. They opened their bars up, but they shut down the restaurants. So we had to go from, we got an Uber and went to another casino where they didn't have any issues. When we got back, half or maybe more of those machines still weren't working. Still had people sitting there waiting for their winnings. I get that. That stuff happens. You know, there should be a quicker way. But what I don't get is that we're going down to meet my mom because we paid our bill. Which I also don't understand. We're sitting there in the dark. Just let us go. But anyway, paid our bill. We walked downstairs and we got to the escalator. Escalator's not moving. Lights are on, but the escalator's not moving.
If you go by, go by. What you got to do?
I think Michelle's naked.
Wait,
Anyway, so
look. You want your phone?
Oh, yeah. That's this.
Are you hearing me?
Doug's talking to somebody. Michelle.
You hear me?
Anyway, yeah.
You can?
Yes, we heard the whole thing. Michelle's naked.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird. Okay, well, I guess maybe I have two bikes going. All right. Anyway, I'm back. Michelle was going to open the door for her.
So anyway, I was saying we leave the Chin Chin and we go to meet Mom, who's downstairs the floor. And we get to the escalators, and of course the escalators aren't working. They're lit up, but they're not working. And we start going down the escalators like stairs. One of the security guards at the bottom of the escalator is going like this. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. It's like an accident getting ready to happen. And this other security guard standing with him goes, yeah, you folks shouldn't be on the escalator. And I'm all, then why aren't you at the top telling me that? Yeah. Why do you let me get halfway down? And I realized that this casino, the El Dorado, needs some training.
I suppose if the stairs start to move, all of a sudden you're on it.
They were 100% right. But put somebody there so we're not going up. And then don't make it my fault.
Yeah, block the top or do something.
Or somebody at each end, you'd think. You know, there's two guys there. Why couldn't one be on top, one at the bottom? But the one guy going, oh, this is so bad. That's not, you should have a protocol in place that instantly when that stuff happens, you snap into it.
Yeah.
The girl at the bar didn't know what to do. She couldn't take any payment except cash. What she should have done is let us go, but she didn't.
Yeah.
the people downstairs, finally the bartenders were explaining to them you could play the machines, by the way, but you couldn't win any money or you couldn't get your money out.
So what was the reason for the blackout?
It was a big blackout. About half of Reno went out.
And did they have a reason for it, or was it just
no reason given? It just went out for whatever reason. So, but half of Reno went out. Shocker's house went out. Pelu did not. So interesting. But I was just a little concerned that these guys didn't seem to have.
And if it happens on a regular basis, because you said the guy said it happens.
The bartender told us it happens once a year.
Okay, so that's enough to have a protocol.
Well, you should have a protocol no matter what. You got a building filled with literally hundreds, if not thousands of people, and the power goes off. There should be something in the book about that.
Yeah.
And I just sure it's just training. Get your training up to date, because it was, here's the thing. We're already freaking out because there's no power and your security guards don't know what to do. That's not very comforting.
Imagine if something even worse happens.
Yeah. Exactly.
Then what the hell's going to happen? All hell's going to break loose.
So, yeah. And then the funny thing is we went to another casino that hadn't been affected by the outage. We finally got in to order our dinner. I wasn't very hungry. I said, I just want a baked potato. So she orders, the women ordered a chicken sandwich to split. Lady comes back. She goes, the chicken sandwich is on its way out, but we're all out of potatoes. Of course. That happens that time of night. That didn't really bother me, but I just thought it was odd that there's no protocols exercised. It just was bizarre to me. But anyway, that was my big story. So Doug, I think it's time to tell us. And now the Costa Rica report with Doug Bolton.
Everybody left.
No, we're just getting set.
So not a lot been going on, just kind of the same thing. We've been doing our hosting bingo on Tuesday nights. We did trivia on Wednesday night.
How long do you guys
sucked at what?
How long do you guys plan on doing the bingo? Do you have an end date?
We do not yet. We're thinking towards the middle to the end of August, although we have a trip planned to the Caribbean side of Costa Rica for the middle to the end of August. So we'll see. We don't know. We don't know yet when the people are coming back. Well, no big deal. We enjoy doing it. It's not a big deal. So,
and like I said, you guys are very good at that too. So you shouldn't.
It's fun. So yeah. Let's see what else we have planned. We're going to Golcinas tonight to have some tuna. And then let's see. We renewed our residency, so we're good for another 2 years with our temporary residency here in Costa Rica. So that's good. Our cards are on the way. We should have them in another, I'd say by this time next week, we'll have our new cards, which is good. Sweet. So we don't have to leave the country every 90 days, or I think it's 180 days now, but some people have to leave every 180 days. They usually just go to Nicaragua, spend the day, and come back, and that works. But we don't have to do that.
How long is it to be out officially?
You can just go walk across and walk back in. You just have to get a new stamp. It's kind of silly, but it is what it is. Let's see. Monday, we're going to Nazca Cole, the Playa Nazca Cole, which is a beach. And you go to, it's really in a nice area. And you go there and you get on a bus because they can't go in, but they have to allow you access. So they bus you to this beach. So we're going to take a bunch of food. I'm going to take my drone and we're going to do a bunch of stuff, spend the day at the beach. So that'll be fun. The big news here in Costa Rica is that you can see behind me the 0 beers that I've been drinking for the last month. Those all go away tomorrow. Tomorrow is I made my 31 days. I can go back to having alcoholic drinks if I choose to do so.
Now, I was going to say, how much are you looking forward to that?
At midnight, I'm having a shot of Maker's Mark.
Okay, well, that I get.
So we'll see. It's going to be good. So that'll be. So next week's going to be good. We'll have the Monday at the beach. Then Tuesday we do the monkey farm stuff, and Wednesday bingo. Tuesday bingo, Wednesday trivia, and casino, and then we'll know whatever happens after that.
Cool. So this has been. And now the Costa Rica report with Doug Bolton.
Really need to make an outro for that.
I gotta. Yeah, I know. I see that you posted in here. Nevada Energy says last night's massive power outage when I was there across Reno was caused by a de-energized transmission line that took 2 nearby substations out of service at one point. Nearly 16,000 customers lost power.
Wow.
A lot of my customers. All right. So today we are drinking NOOT again. We had NOOT last time on the show. This is the ginger mule NOOT. Now, I had the gin and tonic last time, and I kind of liked it. It tasted like a gin and tonic with not so great gin, but it was still tasted like a gin and tonic. What is your thoughts on this, Jules?
It's okay. I like ginger things, but I think I'd put something in it. I don't know if I'd just drink it like this.
Me with no choice, I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
It's got a lot of ginger.
it does. It does, but it needs something for me.
Yeah, it needs what is in a mule, Doug? Can you look that up real quick?
A Moscow Mule, I think it's rum, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is it rum?
I
Rum.
believe it's a rum, white rum.
Moscow
And
Mule
Julie,
is it's vodka, fresh lime, ginger beer garnish.
Oh,
So it's vodka. I thought it was rum.
really off.
Okay. No, everybody says vodka here, so I guess I was incorrect.
Okay. And now we got to do this. So sit back and enjoy for a second, Doug.
Bet your ass it's time to taste the cask on the Friday Shot Day Show.
Brought to you by
Pelu, Reno's only traditional tiki bar. A kaleidoscope of colors and tropical charm with the undeniable allure of paradise and intoxicatingly delicious cocktails. Pelu, open Wednesday through Sunday from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. 1275 Stardust Street in Reno, Nevada. For more information, please visit peleutu.com.
Let's all say it together. Peleutu.
Peleutu.
Very good.
Peleutu.
The shot this week is going to be Diplomatico because I just filled the cask when I got to the show today with Bacardi. So
Okay.
Julie was already drinking Diplomatico, and it's kind of hard to beat that.
You scared me.
You don't go to Bacardi after Diplomatico.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you filled the cask with Diplomatico. I was going, that was a mistake, but I'm glad you didn't.
We
Yeah.
did try something new. We put the Bacardi in there and some cherry Kool-Aid powder.
After what we did the last time, no
more
more spiced rum, because that just was awful.
It took forever
Yeah,
to get
that
rid
sounds
of.
good.
It was never any good.
And it was always like so hot, and a lot of times didn't taste good.
Hot and sticky.
It was just not good. So yeah, no more of that.
Okay. Yeah,
Like,
I don't.
Shelves looks
I
good.
thought originally Shocker had told us never to put spiced rum in there, but you asked him, he said it'd be okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that certain type
but-
of rum. Yeah.
we're not going to ever do that again.
Yeah,
And Julie's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Our shelves do look very bare because I took all the liquor home. I still got like 6 boxes to bring back. I'm bringing back a box at a time. I
Oh, that's
bring back-
because of the bug tent.
yeah.
Tenting, yeah.
I got the Death Juice is back. The Fireball is back. The Scovilles are back. Shell and I
Diplomatico.
dumped out a bunch of stuff that was just either had flotsam in it or should have been in the refrigerator. A couple of those, and a lot of stuff that we had in the refrigerator. We had an open jar of those moonshine cherries.
Yeah.
No, that hasn't been opened in 6 years.
Yeah, you probably couldn't even
it's a
open it
good
because of the
way-
sugar.
Yeah, it was a good way to purge everything
Yeah.
and start fresh.
But like I said, I do still have at least 6 boxes to bring back. So we'll be
I
fine.
mean, it was a pain in the ass, but it wasn't as bad as like we were really stressing over this because we were really worried about the whole building and having people in the building with all of the stuff, because a lot of these buildings here have stuff, but they're not necessarily business like we are. So
right.
it was a little daunting, but Jim fixed a lot of the cameras and had signs everywhere saying "Smile, you're on camera."
Oh, did he?
So that way people would be deterred. And we kept looking and watching to make sure that we were keeping an eye on things. But yeah, it was a little daunting to have your business exposed like that.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
It scared me when they said they were going to have to leave all the doors open. And
Well, we found out that's illegal and they
yeah,
couldn't do that.
that's what I found out. And it's like, no, you can't. I told you from the beginning, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
So, and I had a camera up too, by the way. So.
I mean, I think it was a miscommunication.
Yeah, well, because it came on you guys suddenly.
Yeah, it was told to us at the day before, and we were stressing out over it because we're like, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't seem like it's right. And so we started looking things up, and then we realized, yeah, no, somebody miscommunicated. They didn't give us the right information.
I texted Devin, and he goes, he told me, he goes, that's illegal. Yeah, they can't do that.
Well, and it's illegal on a couple different levels, because if somebody goes into your business and dies, you just made it a hazardous scenario for them.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they trespass, you still
I know,
left it vulnerable to leave the door open when people can die from that. So they said, yeah, you cannot.
Yeah.
That's a hazard that you can't.
I knew it was wrong. As soon as I heard somebody told me that, I was like, wait, no, there's no way. Because I worked in pest control for 14 years. Never heard that before in my life.
Yeah.
And we did termites.
And we would have left the door unlocked because we were told to.
Right.
But then when we researched it further, realized, oh no,
they wanted these doors open.
Jim was actually here the day that they started tenting.
Oh.
He came in the morning just to be on top of things and, make sure he had whatever he needed. And he was here till he had to leave. So
I drove by a couple of times myself just to see how things looked, to see if there's any tears or anything in the stuff, and it was all fine. So
yeah. And they took the tent down uber fast.
Really?
Jim was like, he looked and the tent was up, and then all of a sudden he looked maybe not even a half an hour later, and he's like, oh my God, it's down.
A lot easier to take down than put up.
I imagine it must be, because it was like, they're done. Oh, wow.
So that's why you missed 1 week of us. And then the last week was my fault because I was in Bishop.
Jerk.
I know. It's bad, huh?
Mm.
What else going on?
Anyway, speaking of missing, I got to go because we got dinner in 10 minutes.
Why is that our problem?
Friend's house, because I'm leaving you, and you'll be very sad.
You are sad already. Well,
I do have a list. I do have a list to read before I leave.
Okay, let's.
Oh, good.
I gotta find it, Doug. Give me a second.
That's
Things we said today that Doug didn't comment on. Until now.
So it's just Julie and Scott on this list because I didn't say a lot today. But anyway, let's go to the list. Let's see. The first thing that I came up with is Julie said he flicked the wrist and it sent the head down. And Jared can throw it hard enough to get it stuck. So yeah. And he did better two-handed than one-handed. And then we'll switch to Scott. Scott, let's see. Scott said, we are finally able to use his equipment. And within the last few minutes, Scott said, we did termites.
Dude.
And then the last thing Scott said was just 10 seconds ago. I got to find it, Doug. Give me a second. So there you go. That was some speed typing that last one. So anyway, great to see both of you. I'll be back next week, most likely. And that's good. And I'll be able to share some Roma action with you guys next week.
That's right. You'll be back. You won't be in my lane anymore.
It won't be dry July anymore.
Yeah.
So
dry July is a bad idea.
And enjoy your evenings. Where are you going tonight, Scott?
La Cabana.
La Cabana. Enjoy La Cabana. Tell everybody there that me and Michelle send our love and say hello.
Will do.
And we will see both of you soon.
Hey, I was going to tell you, we got those surfboard signs for Miguel and for Angel and for Natalie, right?
Uh-huh.
You've seen the ones they hang on the bar? Well, last time we were there, Marta kind of looked sad. And she goes, you've known me 20 years. So we did, and we were trying to find her a surfboard, but that's not one of the names that shows up on those trees. So I had to order one from Amazon. So
did you get it?
We gave it to her last time we were there. She was very happy. Now they're all four hanging up on the wall. So
very good.
Yeah, so that's cool. All right, Dougie, we shall see you.
All right. See you guys. Enjoy the rest of the show, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye, everybody.
Sounds good. Bye. So, yeah, we were flipping the coin. Did we go to Harbor Cove because we haven't been there in a while, or do we go to La Cabana? Haven't been in there in a while, and La Cabana won. So, we'll be back at Harbor Cove.
I'm going home and making dinner because Jared and May and Ken are coming over to play cards.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of cards you play? Poker?
13 and hand and foot.
Don't know either of those games. How do you play 13? Is it like 21, but you get to 13?
No, you start with 3, and because you have 3 cards, and you've got it's either you have a set of 3 or you have 1, 2, 3. So it's kind of like Rummy Cube kind of a thing where it's either a set or a run, and each hand goes up a number. So the next round you get 4 cards, and you've got to do either a set of 4 or a run of 4. And then you got to keep going through it like that. And if somebody goes out and you can't go out, like if somebody goes out, you have 1 turn left to try to go out. And if you can't get out, then whatever you can make out of what you have, it always has to be at least a run of 3 or a set of 3. But then there are some hands where you can't do multiple, so it has to end up being like, I think 5. It has to be all 5 because you can't break that up. Or 4, you can't break up 4. Once you get to 6, it could be 3 and 3, as long as you can do that. And whatever number you're on, that card is wild. So if you're on 3 and you get 2 5s and a 3, that 3 becomes wild, and 4, and so forth. And so whatever you have left in your hand is what you write down for your points. And you go all the way up to king, and king is the 13.
Okay. All right. I kind of get that. Why do all these card games have their own rules? Can't we just have one set of rules? I'm just kidding. And what about what's the other game?
We enjoy a lot. Hand and foot. You usually play hand and foot as pairs, and it's clean piles and dirty piles. And you have 7 cards that you have to make in a pile to go out. And it's either you're using wild cards, and the wild cards are 2s, jokers, and I think 20s, or no, that's 20. There's like 3 cards I think that are wild, and then you are making a run. I mean a set. So if you're gonna have 6s, you either have 7 6s or you have some wilds in there. If you have wilds in it, it's a dirty pile, so it's less points. The clean piles are worth more points because it's harder to get a clean pile. And in order to go out, you're having to have 2 cleans and 2 dirties. And red 3s are a negative like 500. So if you're stuck with red 3s, no go. Black 3s, are 5 points. They're not that big of a deal, but they still don't work in your favor.
Why are you guys picking on 3s?
It's just the way it is.
See, another game that has its own rules.
Yeah, but you're playing with partners, and and then each round you do, first you have to come up with, I think it's 90 points. Then it's like 120, 180 up, subsequently. So you have to have a certain amount of points before you can actually go down and start creating those piles. So it's
I've never played that game at all.
No, it's fun. And then you have a hand and a foot. So every player creates 2 piles of 11 cards, and you give both those piles to the person on either side of you, and they give the same thing. So you use one hand as your hand, and then your foot.
Oh, okay.
And so you have to get through your hand to get into your foot. And if you get stuck with cards, those cards are all worth something. So if you got a lot of cards left, then your points go way the heck up, and it's whoever has the least amount of points at the end of the game is the winner.
I just asked Doug about a game that he's all into. I thought it was a card game. He says it's not. It's called Rummy Cube.
Yeah, it's like Rummy Cube.
That's more like dominoes, right?
Yeah, and Rummy Cube is very similar to 13, but 13 is with cards, and Rummy Cube is with tiles.
That's what made me think about it. I'd forgotten, because you were talking about cards. I'd forgotten it was played with.
And that's similar to gin. Gin is the same.
We have some gin.
Basis.
Oh.
of the game where you're creating either runs or sets.
Yeah. That's why I thought about it, because it reminded me of that, because Doug and Michelle play that game with their friends sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom loved it so much, she went out and bought a set. And she begs me to come over and play with her. But it's like,
it's not hard.
No, I've played it with Doug and Michelle down there. It was fun, actually. But when did I have time to do that? So yeah, that's true. I should make time.
Yes.
That's true. So anyway, let's call it a day, because I got to go back home. Usually when we go to La Cabana, Shelley brings me here and we go straight to La Cabana. But today we didn't know it was going on until the last minute. So I'm going to go back home. So what do you got planned? You're going to go home and cook?
I'm going to go home and I'm going to make dinner, and they're going to come over and we're going to just hang out and have fun and be loud and silly and
just have a good time.
Yeah.
And where's your wine tasting tomorrow?
No, it's tomorrow. It's on the 8th at the
that's right.
Pelu Mansion. And then on the 22nd, we're doing, Jared's coming up with May and helping me do karaoke for a surprise birthday party, because Jim has also got something else going on.
Nobody watches this show's surprise birthday.
I don't think so, because I don't even know who the people
are.
Good.
Okay, good. Okay.
But yeah, so they're going to come and help me run the karaoke because Jim won't be there. So
yeah, where he's going? Was he going somewhere?
Well, this weekend,
he said he was going away.
Yeah, for this weekend, he's going away on Sunday till I think Wednesday to Vegas for Magic Live.
Oh, good. I hope he does some video from there.
Yeah, he has fun doing that. So,
is that where he's at now, or
no? Now he's at the mansion because they have a party tonight, and
somebody
has to be there.
Yeah,
to make sure that everything goes smoothly.
Right.
He doesn't like to leave people at the mansion when they're doing parties and not have somebody.
Then they need a liaison. They do.
Yeah. Because things go wrong, and you need to have somebody there to keep an eye on things.
I'll send him a text and ask him to shoot some videos for Vegas Live. We could even do a live show from there if he wanted to, because we did that for him once before. If he can work around Kevin's schedule, because I got to do Kevin's show on Wednesday. But I'll talk to him.
Well, he's coming home on Wednesday.
So it would be before then.
Yeah, because he's not. He doesn't stay for the whole entire thing. It's hard enough for him to feel okay with taking the time off to begin with.
Yeah, I know.
He puts so much of his heart and soul into this stuff, and it's obvious.
Yeah,
but it's nice to have people that see that and appreciate.
And he needs to be there because he is a first-class magician. And he needs to be amongst other first-class magicians as well up there. And that's what that's all about. So
yeah,
more power to him.
It's his friend, Bob, that loves to have him go out. And Bob's thinking this might be his last year that he goes. So
oh, really?
Yeah, he's getting up there. And doesn't think he's going to be going there too much longer. So
he just wants to gamble and drink.
No.
Oh, that's
Bob
me.
does
Sorry.
not gamble. And I don't know if he drinks much. I don't think so.
Who was it that he was there? Wasn't it? Wasn't he there with Gregory Alexander at one point?
Greg might have gone to.
Okay, because I think that's who was on the feed that day.
Yeah.
And I think he introduced Bob. I think that's what happened.
Bob is like an 80-something.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Bob is old.
So maybe we'll have a live feed from the magic thing, or maybe we'll have recordings when the show gets back. Yeah. We'll find out. So anyway. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week. And got anything else, Jules?
No, enjoy your life. Take time to go out and have fun with family and friends. As I'm starting to learn to do that, and it's needed.
It's important. You gotta play as well as
live.
Work. Yeah, exactly. So go live your lives and with smiles on your faces.
Yeah.
Did you give him a smile? Okay. Bye. Brought to you by The Grape, Ventura County's premier jazz venue and cocktail lounge, located at 2733 East Main Street in Ventura. For menu and music schedule, visit them online at thegrape.club. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.